All right. Local SEO, how to do competitor analysis. This will be a local SEO, how to do competitor analysis. So it looks like we are live for this local SEO, how to do competitor analysis video. So that is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm just going to hop on over here to the relevant window. All right. And we're going to go ahead and kick this particular video off. All right. So in any case, hello there. My name is Chris Palmer. In today's local SEO video, what I'd like to share with you is how you can do and develop, create, and hopefully manage a competitive analysis. But more so, it's not really even competitive analysis. We're going to do that, but what I am doing is crafting and curating a relatively aggressive plan by analyzing the competition in a particular niche for my client. You see, I have a client, he's in the dentist space, they're in the dentist space. We're going to be going through this step by step. Unfortunately, I can't share the client, but what I can do is we can look at the top performers. Obviously, they're not in the top positions. We can look at the top performers and we can develop together, because I have to do it anyway. I have to have a report in a few hours, right, in the morning time. And this isn't some of these pieces. Well, I have to meet with them. I don't have to have the report done because there are still some things that need to be done. But what we're going to do here is this. Let me retune this, all right? Because I have to go with what the title is, than really what we're kind of doing here, right? Plus my thing down here was flashing, so I'm gonna come back over here and double check this because I'm not sure if my audio is on, which could be a problem. All right, let's make sure. All right, that's okay. Okay, so we're all good. Okay, so let's fire this back up. All right, so hello there. My name is Chris Palmer. In today's local SEO, how to do competitive analysis video, I'm going to be walking you through live for a client competitive research. So I have a client in the dentist space that wants to compete in Phoenix. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be analyzing the competition and coming up with a very strategic yet aggressive plan of action that they can start taking in order to rank on the first page, more so number one. So what we're going to be doing is developing a plan together, piece by piece, step by step. I'm going to take you through my thought process. I'm going to lead you up to the direction of looking at, okay, what are we looking at? Who's the top competitors? What's the anchor text? What kind of links do they have? I want to walk you through my thought process, what I'm going to do to develop a plan, and what is the plan of action. Now, please note, depending on how aggressive you want to be, depending on the niche, there's a lot of factors. There's not necessarily a template for me. I might do things that are a lot different than a lot of people. I do things my way, right? I haven't seen how others do things, so it might be different than what you've seen before. But that's a good thing. I'm going to walk you through the process step by step, so I don't want to waste any time because I have a meeting in a few hours. I'm going to basically go over this with them. So let's get directly into it. So what I use generally for developing an off-page strategy and doing my competitive research or competitive analysis is really two tools, right? And there's some other tools that come up too, but really at the end of the day, one of the very first tools is going to be SEMrush. I also utilize a tool set that's a group buy, so I have other tools at my disposal if I need them. All right. I'm going to try to stick with one tool during this particular, so it's easy for somebody to follow along with if you run into this. I'm going to try to get through this relatively quickly. I'm going to try to do this in less than an hour. And with that said, I don't want to waste time. The other piece is Google Sheets. All right. So this is Google Sheets. So what we're going to do is this is going to be this is for X and E. All right. And we're just going to walk through. Basically, I'm developing a plan. Like, what am I looking at? And we're just going to develop a plan together. This is going to be for local market in a medium competition niche. It's going to be dentist in Phoenix. All right. I can say that. I just can't showcase the actual client at this time. So with that out of the way, what we're going to do is this. We're going to come on over here, and the very first thing that we need to look at is we need to see who's the opposition, right? So one of the first things I'm going to talk as I'm going through things, but one of the first things is if I haven't had any prior, nothing else so far, then I need to see, who am I competing with? So if it's so Phoenix dentist, all right. So one of the first things is this, and I need to figure out who the top competitors are. All right. So one of the next pieces is, I believe it's going to be Phoenix dentist. All right. So let's come on over here, and just to speed things up too, I want to have let's do keyword volume extension. All right, so I need to get it for this account. I don't have it. Okay, so all right, so let's do Chrome extension. Let's just grab that really quick here. I'm probably just going to use Surfer's tool, even though I'm not a Surfer user. I do like their little tool that they have going on, right? So Uber suggests keyword surfer, SEO minion. I like SEO minion too, but let's just grab this one. So we're just going to grab the keyword surfer here. All right, we're going to add that to Chrome. It works good. It's pretty. It doesn't really bog you down that much. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Okay. So let me just take a look at these really quick here. I don't think I need anything else for this particular assessment of what I'll be doing, right? So aside from that, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and I just want to make sure that that is the big done data of the keyword. So I'm going to come over here to the keyword magic tool, and I just want to make sure that that's where the volume is. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to come over here, and we're going to take a look at so dentist Phoenix. I probably spelled that wrong. Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, so is that the big one? Okay, so that's what we're aiming for. Okay. Yeah, I was pretty sure of that. Now, I've already spoke with these with this particular client a couple times. So I have a general idea, because one of the other things that you need to know, other than the main or primary goal, right? The overall big goal, because you want to aim high, so that way we can bring in all the other stuff. I've already talked about this with them. We really want to aim a lot of our main location-based landing pages based on the big primary. So this way, as we're creating supporting content, we can start bringing in a lot of the other keywords, right? So what we're going to be doing here is, let's bring this up. Okay. Yeah, like I don't mind. Come on, I need this tool to work. And okay, so that's starting to work. Perfect. So we have this bigger tool here. So the AZ, we could probably go with that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this, and we're going to bring it right over here, and we just want to make sure that we are, so it's dentist Phoenix. Okay. All right, so they're saying 880, but it's $16, but I know that it's a lot bigger. So we're going to go ahead and just take a brief note of a few things here. So we have our primary ranker here. So this is going to be the map pack ranker. This is a relatively new one, and Trinity is big too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these, and we want to make note of this, right? So the very first thing that I like to note is the GMB winner, right? And again, I'm not fancy, right? I make these things for me so I can make explanation for the pitch, right? For the proposal. Like, hey, this is what I propose, this is what I'm going to do, and here's why, right? That's why I'm doing this. This is why you need these services, right? Basically, is what's going on here. So the primary GMB winners is going to be that, and then we're going to go straight into the organic winners is one of the next things. One of the next elements that I look at. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. So we have our GMB winners, and then we're going to have 1, 2, 3. And so we're probably going to be looking at this. So this is going to be them here, copy. We're going to bring that over here, and I'm just going to go ahead and just V that in there. And then last but not least, oh, what's going on here? So this is general care. So what we're going to do is we're going to open that back up and see if it's having some type of problem. So no, it doesn't look like it. So we're going to also take Trinity. All right, so there is a keen difference to me, in my opinion, between the winners in organic and the winners in GMB. And these are two separate sets of obstacles that we need to overcome, right? Because generally, not only do we want to win within the GMB, but we also want to win organic. So it's a tandem. It's a tandem strategy that we need to start implementing, right? In my opinion. So there's a lot that goes into an analysis here. So what we're going to do is now the next is going to be the organic winner. So I need to figure out, who's the true winner. We can also note that the big winner here for the top organic search has an exact match. So, okay. So we want to be able to get to these guys fast. So organic winner. So we also want to come down into here. It's looking like these guys are next and then these guys. So we're just going to do the top 3 here. So 1, 2. We're going to paste them into here. Okay. And then I want to just grab the next people. So that's going to be these guys here. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. Now, all right, so that's going to be that. So that's going to be 1 and 2. So we have our organic, and then we have these winners. Okay, so with that being said, all right, some of the next pieces that I need to figure out then is this. What is, as far as these guys are concerned, what kind of traffic are they clicking for? Are they getting over here? So now I want to look at their traffic levels, at least for the GMB. So I just want to take a look at their overall domain. All right, so organic traffic is 243. And then how many of those clicks are coming from the primary keywords? All right, primary keywords are going to be the big done data or the main keyword that's the centralized focus for the high volume. And then the next piece is, for me at least, when I'm taking them on, I want to know what's your most profitable. Like, which one are you really trying to push? Like, we want to gain this big keyword because this is going to bring the most eyeballs. And then it's all their subsets too, like Phoenix dentist, dentist in Phoenix, Phoenix, Arizona dentist, right? Like all those variations too can come in if we can win the big primary, right? So what I need to see here is I want to take a look at their overall traffic. So that's the next thing. I'm just going to speak as I'm going. I'm looking at specific things here. All right. So general dental dentist. All right. So general dentist. So this is branded. So that's pretty normal. But what about for the primary keyword? So branded traffic is making up 36%. So 36%. So branded traffic, so 30, 40, 50, 60, 60, let's just say 66%. So 66%. And then, dang, they're only getting 242 minus 66% is branded. So 159 visits are actually branded search terms. So that's going to be important later on. So the GMB winner, just so I have a general idea of what's going on here. So let's just make these a little bit bigger so I can actually see them and know what I'm working with here. We're going to bring those into 18. So these are my big winners here. All right. And then we have this one here. Okay, now this, we're actually going to cut this and we're going to bring it down to here so we can work in here. Paste. All right, so the GMB winners, and then what we're looking at first is gentle, right? So gentle comes to, what was that now? 160. So they're getting 160 as far as traffic is concerned. So traffic branded is 160. All right, so they're doing 160 on branded search traffic, and they're the #1 top performer. And then what are they doing as far as primary keywords? So let's just take a look here. So our guy actually gentle teeth. So they must have like blog traffic of some sort, I'm assuming. Because that's not really what we're after. What we our big primary is cosmetic. So cosmetic. So and it's looking like they're barely doing anything down here for cosmetic. So that's quite interesting. So they're not really a player in organic, I'm assuming, because they're not clicking on the big words. Yeah, these are all low comp. This site is not moving in organic. So near me. Dental staff. Okay. Okay. And then we have, I'm still not seeing. Okay. So emergency, that's a big one for us at least. I don't see any for the primary. Okay. So that's a good thing. All right. Moving on. All right. So 159 for the branded. So it's Phoenix Dentist. Um, so, Phoenix, Arizona. Yep, so we can get rid of that. So dentist in Phoenix. So that's the big one. And then we have our Trinity. Let's take a look at Trinity briefly here. So Trinity, as far as they are concerned, let's just take a look at their traffic. And if they are clicking on traffic, are they clicking on the traffic for the big primary keyword that we want? Because I'm assuming that the reason why they're winning inside of GMB is because they're getting so much brand recognition. There's a lot of people searching for brand for them. So let me just take a look at this here briefly here. So 237, so along the same lines, not that much traffic coming in. So that's quite interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Trinity, top organic keywords. Let's just take a look at this. So branded traffic, so just really right off the bat, 87%, big number. Big amount coming in basically for their name. People are looking and searching and clicking based on their name. So this is quite intriguing, really. So we're sitting at 235 minus. We're just gonna do an 88%. So we're gonna do 206. So they're doing a 206 for the branded. All right, so 206. So 206 for Trinity on the brand. All right. So branded traffic 206. These guys are doing $160. Yowza. So that's basically why those guys are winning. Let me just take a look at something else really quick here while we're here. Let me just come over here. And then Trinity and then Gentle Care. So Trinity is nowhere to be found inside of here. So Control F, TRIN. So nowhere on the first page. And then how about Gentle Care? Are they anywhere? Gentle. So 1, 2, right. So they're nowhere to be found. So they're winning basically. They're winning based off of a lot of clicks and traffic. So that's quite intriguing to me. Who is this one here? So Box Top Dental Box. Let me just take a look here. BOX. Okay. So no play there. Okay, so my question then is this. So aside from that, are they sitting heavy on, I know that Trinity is way bigger than this Gentle Care. Let me just take a look at this one here. So since we already have them up, let's go in here to Backlink Analytics. Is the majority of their, what's their anchor text looking like? So go now, so empty and Trinity. So that's that. So to basically nothing. Mind-blowing. Okay, so that's cool. So is it just all citations is what I'm assuming? Oh, okay. So it's maps 1, 2, 3. So it's looking like Shop Black CT Trinity Dental maps. So these are just looking like a majority 80% no follow. I mean, a lot of this is just they did basically just the simplest They got nothing. So they're not winning off of anything other than that branded traffic. All right, so taking maps shouldn't be too hard looking at this. So citations are a big one. So they are winning basically primarily off citation. So this is Trinity. So Trinity, as far as links are concerned. All right, so we're just gonna say links, just so I know what I'm looking at here. Man, your links are light. So as far as links are concerned, what size is this? 18. Okay, 18 is fine. That way I can see it good here. So links. So Trinity is sitting at just citations. I think they only had what, 16? Yeah, so they only have citations really. All right, so they're really just sitting on citations. How about these guys? What are these guys doing? So what are these guys doing? Are they primarily just citations, or do they actually have some link power here? So let's just take a look down here briefly. So they have 25. And then the primary is what? Call today. So that's probably going to be, okay. So then as far as backlinks are concerned, is it just really 27 follows, 35 no follows? Again, the same exact thing. Are they doing any press releases? IPv, what's this? So it's lost. It doesn't even matter. So let me just make sure that we actually have the ones. I want to see the ones that we actually have currently. All right. So Business Finder. So Business Finder seems to be the big one. Okay. Okay, Business Finder. All right. All right. All right. So I'm assuming, so I think here again it's gonna be citations. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do here, um, um, so so maps recommended is gonna be this primarily. I think we should pull the let's just export link profiles for these two URLs, then build all relevant citations. There's so maps recommendation be export link profiles for these two URLs, then BUI LD all relevant citations. They have paid citations. So that is something I noticed on that one. So they are buying citations. Like I saw that they are super users, super page users. So I also saw that other hub. I saw that Buffalo on whatever hub that is. That's a paid one. So they're paying for some key placements for citations. I think that plays a part. I see that a lot with top performers and maps. So I'm definitely going to recommend that. I want to pull their reports, build anything that we can build, and then I want to seek out any of the paid promotions that are the higher authoritative flavor. We're going to go for that. So they have paid citations. We should build the higher quality paid citations. So example would be like super pages. Okay, so that's just gonna be that. And then it's looking like the traffic. So and then over here, you know, I would pretty much just focus on what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make this purple. So and then as far as this is concerned, you know, it's looking like branded. You know, I would hike the branded traffic. We'll talk about that. You're going to have to increase the brand traffic. So that's an easy victory there. for that one at least. All right, so let's take a better look though at now that we know that there's that. So let's come on down here for our organic winners. Okay. So I'm actually gonna, for these ones, I'm gonna just go ahead and cut this and put these underneath here. And we're gonna cut and we're gonna put these underneath. Okay, we're gonna cut and we're gonna just go ahead and put these right underneath here. Okay, so these are our 3 top primary winners within organic. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna come over here and we're gonna take a look. Okay, so this is the #1 ranker. Now I know that the exact has a lot to do with it. We're gonna take a look at referring domains for this particular instance. We want to get we want to look at some more of the authoritative links. We're going to go 50 to 100. 50 to 100. We're going to go 50 to 100. So how many authority links do they have? So 53 authoritative links. 53 high quality links. So we're going to do HQ referring domains. So this one's got 53. So he's got 53 with a primary anchor text coming in. What's the primary coming in at? Go now. So these are just generos. Let's go and investigate this quick. Paradise Ridge. Okay, interesting. Let's just take a look at this quick and see what they pulled off of that. Okay, so that's quite interesting. All right, so it's looking like they got this. So they've issued a sponsorship and were able to acquire 67 links. So scholarship. So these guys, the top performers, are actually issuing a scholarship. So I find that to be quite interesting. Special feature. I'm noticing here that they're doing that to the tune of 60 some links. Not all of them are that good, and this is active as of 2 days ago. But as far as containing the primary, so specialty, so this looks like a lot of their link building was this. I mean, 67, it's their most diverse. So what I want to do is I also want to look and see for the primary keyword. So for Phoenix Dentist or Dentist Phoenix, the next thing I want to see is, are they using like PBNs or anything shady? It's going to be tough with these guys because they have an exact match domain, so I'm sure they were relatively cautious. But they're showing their hands here. I could see that what they were going for. Phoenix, Arizona Dentistry. Okay, so here's this. So let's take a look at these really quick here and see what kind of domains that we have. Backlink time. Okay. So Webworth directory, top million directory. So these are directory sites. This is junk. Just quite interesting. So top million. So far we have realized that an SEO has definitely worked on this site. They're using a lot of directories. Nothing of that much. They only have 53 high quality links. Okay. So these are containing the primary keyword. Let's just take a look at these quick. Okay, so these are just directories. Okay. So there's a lot of low-hanging fruit here. Man, there's so many coming in here. So here's what I want to do next then. Now that I could see that a lot of it is just low-hanging fruits, citations, directories, nothing of major sorts. The next element was I was looking for exact match anchors. Um, at least visible PBNs, right? So, like, is there a visible PBN? Now, generally, good providers or, these types of providers are generally going to hide the PBN, right? But in some cases, you can see if they're utilizing these types of tactics simply by looking at exact match anchors. So if we're seeing exact match anchors, and we go and check, we can quickly figure out, are they using a PBN, right? Or something along those lines. So let's just take a look at these here. So Phoenix Dentist, so real estate articles for you, howtoadvice.com. Man, these are all pretty much the same things over and over. Real estate for article. Okay. So primary anchor text. So let's take a look at the anchor texts that matter. It looks like they are, but it's like cheap, just junk. Just junk. Nothing special here at all. Primary anchor is going to be generic and branded. Okay, so branded and generic for these guys. Um, okay. Okay. So for sure, um, they got 53 domains. So let's just keep one more look then. What do I want to see here is the anchor text here. How many do they have? So Arizona Dentistry, so it's looking like 15 from here. Um, affordable dentist. Okay, so nothing too big here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go back to the overview. Overall score is relatively low. They are actively building links. Um, so that's nothing to be. It's pretty normal. They've definitely done a lot of like PR/citation directory building. I could tell by this count. They're really heavy on the no follows. So they are overly aggressive on the all right, so follow, no follow. So it's 627 to 340. Wow. And then they're doing 340 on the follows. So they are very heavy on the follow to no follow. Now I'm putting these notations only because then I know that, hey, they're ultra heavy on the citations. They're ultra heavy on the direct directories. They're ultra heavy on PR, right? Their primary backlink profile is constructed of a 12 low quality PBN guest post type public blog network sites. They had a cheaper SEO working on this. I can tell by the sites that were like backlinks SEO for you, this type of thing is in there. Also, the primary anchor text for this particular company is generic and branded. So if we see this as a recurring theme, I already know that I'm going to want to do a lot of generic and branded fluff pillow links for this. If I see this as a recurring theme for the top 3 rankers, I'm going to do a lot more fluffing than I normally would, because the SERP obviously is calling for it. As far as a visible PBN is concerned, you know, in my opinion, it looks like yes, and it was cheap, like cheaper, type 12 links. Special features is they were running a scholarship program, so this could be an idea. It's a relatively good idea. I've seen this. Also, a special feature that I see come up quite frequently is where a company will offer job opportunities or job placements, because this gives you another rush of link opportunities, right? You can post on all of these forums, all of these places that offer job opportunities or job postings, and a lot of them are relatively high quality, especially where I see that they're doing the college route, where they're doing a scholarship. When you're doing these job offerings or job opportunities, internship type programs, you can pick up a lot of school type links that are high quality for free, simply by having opportunities. So this is definitely something to be noted for link building. Now, the high quality domains, at the end of the day, there's only 53 here. Special features is definitely these guys are doing the scholarship. Visible PBN is yes, they have about 12 different domains. Lower quality looks like public PBNs, like cheap stuff. Primary anchors, generic and branded. Again, this will tell me that there's a lot of directories, PR, citations. It's overwhelming, the amount, actually. So that's quite interesting. And then last but not least is the follow to no follow ratio, 627 to 340. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I just want to take a look at this. So primary anchor, visible PBN, generic and branded. Now, one of the last things that I want to make sure of is we're going to come into here. So we have our special features. So the last piece is, because there is such an overwhelming amount of elements, it's always going to be, we're just going to put in notes here. And this is the note for almost every single site, is once we, download active follow links and download active follow links, I won't say her name, but we'll have VA manual build. So we're looking for anything that's active, that's follow, regardless of DR score, DA score, or whatever. If it's in the backlink profile of a top competitor, we want to mimic the backlink profile. If you're looking at an overall massive vector of links, when you start thinking about PageRank, and if you think back to Stanford, how they started to really think about links, like anything that links to this site or links to this site or links to this site, it's all part of a vector, right? So in any case, if these sites have it, it could be part of this vectors that is considered a good vector for Dennis for Phoenix, right? So what I always like to do is get the top performers, may it be in GMB, may it be in organic. We want to take a look at all of their active follow links that are of any quality. That's, in this particular instance, it'll be authority score 30 or higher. That's a follow that's active. We're going to go out and build it. When we're looking inside of these local markets, when we're trying to develop our plan over a 90-day period or a 180-day period, depending on aggressiveness and budget, you can rapidly build these out. You deploy 2 VAs at $6 an hour to manually build the backlink profiles that we can just go out and start curating of the organic winners and the maps winners. You can build links very rapidly to match these backlink profiles. And this has always been a very helpful tactic. All right, so with that out of the way, we know that in order to take up here at the GMB, we know our traffic, our branded traffic levels. We know how this is coming in. Citations only. I mean, these guys really just have a lot of citations. So we gave our maps recommendations. We did the top organic ranker. We're going to move into the next level here. There are some other elements, but really we're looking at backlink profiles here. So like we're looking for an off-page strategy. Okay, so I'm going to develop based off of what I see from these top 3 guys, is going to really give me the overall understanding of what I want to do. right? So that's our special feature. I'm trying to think to myself here. All right, so let's just take a look here too, because this is the top performer. So copy. The last thing too is I want to take a look at where the traffic is coming from. So we're just going to go to the domain overview, and I want to see where the majority of their traffic is coming from. And the reason is because then we'll know if we need to do anything. So traffic percentages for Dennis Phoenix makes a lot of sense. He is the top performer, but it's only 17% of his traffic. So for this particular instance, it's 3,600 minus 17%. So it's 572 visits are based on the primary keyword. So 572, we will want to write that down. So 572. All right, so we're going to do traffic. Okay. So it's going to be 572 for primary keyword. Okay, so that's only 572 hits. So, and that also gives us a better understanding. 572. So 572 with the industry standard of about 8% is 45. I'm sure that it's hit or miss sometimes for this area, but I'm sure any business could be helpful of an extra 40, potentially this business here is getting 45 calls a day or a month, I'm saying, for just that keyword. So that's pretty cool, man. I mean, I could see wanting that, and that's just one word, but we're going to take a look down in here at the AZ, so it's the same page as ranking for it. So another 13% based on that keyword. So emergency, so this is another big one for this company. Dentist open on Sunday. All right, so the other element that I want to take a look at though is this. So the next piece that I'm going to take a look at is going to be, because I forgot to, but I want to make sure, is I want to see if they're building links to internal pages. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to follow, we're going to go to active, and I like to just take a scan through here. We knew that they were doing this particular little trick, I guess, and I'm sure that that page is heavily internally linked. But with that said, let's just take a look down here. That's the majority of all their links is right there. So this is homepage. We have meet the doctors here. I'm just going to scan through these briefly. We have our follow and active. There's only 300. So it's looking like their whole backlink profile is made up of building links. But look at these links. Because they did this. And this is easily repeatable. For sure. I mean, I would just, now that you know, it's very simple. I already know what I would do here. I would just be a lot more classy about it. This is, let me guess though, it's not on the primary. Let's just take a look here. I'm just curious, is it reachable? Actually, no, I don't care. Let's stay on track here. So Paradise Services, so veneers. So they are building links to the veneers page. And this is what I saw here. So their veneers, so that must be a high ticket service for them, I'm assuming. I can venture to guess that it is. They're building links to this page. Okay, so they have the web app pointing in there. Okay. Okay, so the dental implants, the Paradise Ridge. So these are home business source. And then, yes, they are building links, but of what I keep seeing this one showing up quite frequently. I'm going to just take a side note look at this particular page. Because I just want to see the type of quality that this is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come on down here. All right. And we're going to just come on over here. Oh, wait, did I cancel this off? Sorry. Hopefully it didn't shut everything off. I don't think that it would, but you never know. We can go back into this. I'll go back into the studio. I don't recall stopping here. So, I'm assuming that it didn't shut me off. I hope it didn't. Everything is clear. We can see you and hear you well. So I'm just going to go through these quick. I think keyword everywhere is best. I agree. Just wanted to say good morning. Seb C, good to see you. Yes, now they've introduced SEO difficulty metric as well, which is somewhat useful. $10 a year. Yup, it's pretty cool. Hello, Chris. Which pricing plan do you use on SEMrush? Thank you. So this is the Guru plan. And then SV is Hey Chris. Hey SVSN. Hey, back to you. So I just wanted to go ahead and greet everybody. Thank you for joining with me. So what we want to take a look here is we want to take a look at this. And I came over here because I'm just trying to get a clearer understanding. Okay, so they used a 301 redirect. But why? Because I keep seeing this coming up quite often to this particular site. So it looks to me like okay, again, I don't understand why they would have did this, but they have utilized a 301 or a hop link of sorts. Okay, so that's something worth noting. But it wasn't from anything of anything special, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right here. And what I want to do here is I want to take a look at 301s. So they did, yes. So they utilized this as a 301. I don't think it was for power, but they definitely utilized it. So it's definitely worth noting. It did have a high PA, but I think it's quite interesting that they would have did that. But it was to internal pages. So, yes, internal. So they did it, yes, to internal page. All right, so they were using 301s. Their traffic is here for the primary. Okay. All right, now last but not least, so the answer is internal links. So are they building? So building inner links to money pages. And the answer is yes. Yes, they are. Yes. But low volume. All right, they've even actually did the 301. So, and now I just want to take one other look at this site. I just want to take a look at their linking structure, right? Like, how is their internal linking? Like, how are they passing their power? I just want to take a look here. I'm assuming that a lot of what they're doing and how they're winning is based off of their URL. I see that happen a lot. I know I hear a lot of the bigger name guys, saying that even like when I'm hearing Mueller and I listen to these Google chats, they say that they've been devalued, but I find that they still have quite a potent effect. So this is quite intriguing. Okay. So we're going to take a look up here at the header. Okay. We're going to scroll down to the footer. So it's looking like multiple listing their services, hours of operation. So they're running some type of script. So they are lacking. All right. So do they have the services, dentures, oral? Okay. Do they list it within the body content? Okay. Okay. So oral. Okay. So they are doing it within the body. And then they're doing it within the footer. So they're doing pretty good on the internal linking. They're doing header, footer, and body links. So I think that they're doing pretty well with the internal linking. So that's cool. All right, so they have strong internal linking. All right, so 50 referring domains. All right, so primary anchor text. And then what kind of score do they have here? All right, so let's move on. I think we should be doing pretty good there. I have a general idea of what's going on there now. So let's just take a look at this one now. Copy, we're going to go right to the number 2 ranker. I just want to take a look now. So what we're going to do is just run back through the same stuff, really. So Backlink Analytics, we're going to take a look at the, we're going to look at referring domains. Okay, we're going to look at the authority score of 50 to 100. So one of the first checks is how many high quality links do they have? So it's 20. So to answer that question, high quality referring domains is 21. So they have 21 high quality referring domains. Next is any special features, but we'll look at that last. So visible PBN, so primary anchor text. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that one. So anchor text. So primary anchor text is generic, branded. Okay, so it looks like causes of bad breath halitosis. So this must have been their link, maybe a link magnet of sorts. But I'm looking for profitable services or exact match queries. So exact match anchor text or a very high profit margin service, right? So high profit margin service, exact match anchor, or the like dentist in Phoenix. Okay, so let's just take a look at this and see what these are briefly. Blogspot, Bloglovin, and then Bloglovin. So nothingness. So it does not look to me I don't think that these guys are, because these are all smaller. I don't see any of the bigger keywords, so it's looking like, again, it's the same type of theme. It's generic and branded for pretty much all of their primaries. Okay. So it's generic and branded yet again. So that's, you know, a lot of times I'll see the primary anchor text up at the top. So generic and branded is their generic and branded. Okay. So these, what we're going to do is make those purple. Let's just make these purple so when I'm talking with them, they can know that this is different. No. White. No, look doesn't matter. This is for explaining what we're going to do. It is not about how it looks, but this will make it easier for the explanation. All right, so let's just get these done here. Okay, so that does that. So that way we know. Okay. All right, now we're going to take a look at these guys. So they have 21 high quality referring domains. Special features, visible PBN. So the answer is actually no. I did not see. So no, they did not. I did not see that. Generic and branded, so follow to no follow ratio. So this will also tell the tale of the type of link building that they're doing quite easily. So follow to no follow ratio is 140 to 271. So 271 to 140. So 271 no follow. 171 follow. Okay, so again, this is citation, directories, press releases, so this is easy to accomplish, which is probably going to give us the reason why generic and branded seems to be pretty simple. So some notes. All right, so let's just take a look over here now. We want to take a look at the next piece, which is going to be domain overview. I want to take a look at their top organic keywords. So tooth extraction is bringing in basically tooth extraction is where their big keyword is coming in. So this is what's the driving force. So this is a note for sure. 1.3, so 1,300. 1,300 minus 23% is 300. So 300. 300. And then next is that. So it's actually going to be these are the primary drivers of their traffic. Yeah, it's only 5%, 6%. So this is their primary go-to. All right, so tooth extraction near me. Let's go ahead and note that, and then the primary. So notes, tooth extraction near me is 22% of all traffic, and then the primary keyword and its variations. Okay, just so we're all on the same page here. So tooth extraction near me is so that tells me for sure we want to get that page because that's a big driver of their what the top performer in Google Maps is getting for his whole site. This guy gets just based off of tooth extraction near me. You get what I mean? So one guy is probably fueling his whole business off of 300. This guy gets it just off tooth extraction. So what this tells me is if we don't have a highly optimized or tuned page for tooth extraction, we're going to. Because it's a primary driver for this guy's business. Other than the primary keyword and its variations, tooth extraction. Now, this particular type of analysis that where I'm pulling these out is separate than what I'm doing right now. I'm really looking at a brief overview of, hey, here's what I think we should go and do, and here's how long it's going to take you to catch up. So yeah, but the keyword though, that's a big part of is seeing what they have, and how we can basically start siphoning traffic from them. So now we want to take a look at, we're going to just see if they have any 301s. Did they have any 301s? I don't think they were utilizing that type of strategy. It didn't look like it anyway. It didn't look like that at all. Primary anchor text, so bad breath. Enchado. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. It looks like, it doesn't look like they're actively still building backlinks. Not like the last guy. He was really doing his thing. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say much. This does not look overly difficult. It just does not. Let me just take a look at these backlinks real quick. So follow. So we're just going to go to active and we're going to go to follow. So blog loving, again, these are lower tier type links. Oh, so this one's link center. I see a lot of these link centers. Alrighty. So again, citations. I mean, this is not going to be hard. Okay. So it's primarily citations, no paid site. Okay. So for the 301s, no. Building inner links. Let me just take a look at that. Is this guy building links to the internal pages? So here's the cleaning exams. And the answer is no. Same page again, causes a bad breath. this is actually probably links that he didn't want, to be honest with you. Because they're going to uploads to images. Okay, so emergency dental. Let me take a look at this here quick. This looks like a citation of sorts. Like, it looks like something you would get in a cheap package. Nothing nothing that tickles me. I don't see a lot of new links here, so they're not actively keeping it up. Again, this is cake right here. So building internal links, nope. No, they are not. Traffic. Okay, so they're traffic. So let's just go ahead and mark that, which I did. So tooth extraction. All right, so tooth extraction. So we took care of that. Primary keyword, we took care of that. So nothing too big going on here. I put that. So what I want to do is I actually want to just put that under here. We're going to go to cut. We'll put that under the traffic section, just for easier. Just for easier explanation. And then this right here is entire profile is made up of citations and junk. I mean, really, at the end of the day. So this is not, and these are the top 2 performers. What this is starting to tell me here, and I want to take a look at this. Let me come on over here. We're just going to do one thing here quick. I have a funny inclination after looking at just these 2. I have a strange feeling that Google is rewarding very old domains. I'm just getting a funny feeling because these are, and I just started with these guys, but I'm intrigued that they're struggling. Let me just take a look at this. Like, I am just baffled by this because, and well, their on page was to be, it needed a lot of work. So let's just take a look at these quick here. I have a funny feeling that these guys are sitting on some old domains. So we might need to do some. I knew it. I freaking knew it. Yeah, because they don't have anything going on, man. They're bums. The only reason they're sitting there is because they trust. So, okay. So that's a key piece of information here. So something you can't generally overpower. So I wonder where it changes. So let's just come back over here to the SERP briefly here. Because now I'm intrigued. I just want to see Dentist Phoenix. All right, so let's just scroll on down here. So we know that the top 3 performers have like 10-year-old domains plus. So Bright Now, Thomas Dental, all right, so let me just take a look here. Okay. All right, so I see. Okay. So sheesh. Okay. Okay. So I'm assuming that okay. To me, this looks like somebody fresh. So Billimore Dental Center. Um, let's see if position 4 is feasible. I'm going to skip something. I just want to take a look here at this one. I think because this is a center, um, something tells me that a center probably would have been like a new build. Generally, like centers go up once a market has been ultra. No, wow. So wow, man, oh man, wow. All right, so that's a problem. All right, I really don't need, honestly, I don't even need to look any further. I have all the answers that I need right here. All right, so I'm gonna briefly go over. I'm sorry, um, I pretty much have everything that I need. So we're gonna do a recap this way. When I chop this out later, I could do the very beginning, the explanation, doing a little bit of the work, chop out the center, and then doing the explanation of what we did. So let's just cover for anybody that just came on. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about what we did and why, right? So each SERP is different. All industries are different. All niches are different. Every single SERP is different. We have a whole new set of metrics. Now, in my doing this for too long, I have found that when you're aiming for the bigger keywords, like larger, higher competition keywords, by doing that and working towards that big goal, you're able to bring in a lot of the small stuff, right? Just based off of authority and the work that you're doing. Just by simply having the word on a page once, I can suck that page up. Okay. So, with that being said, what we did here, all right, for this particular SERP, processes can change, but I'm really looking at a lot of the same stuff across the board, especially in local markets. For affiliate, there's a few other signals that I'm looking at, but for these markets, if I want to win this particular term, I need to see who's currently winning in GMB and what they're doing, and I need to look at the organic rankers. Now, why? Because as time progresses, it's becoming increasingly important to rank inside of Google Maps, Google My Business. Very important. If you want to be an established entity on the board, Google Maps is certainly up at the top of the list. So, with that being said, what we want to do here is we first pulled in the top competitors. All right, because there was only two. The other one was brand new. They just got in there. They're in there based off of it being a new listing. There's no reviews. There's no signals. They just popped in there because query deserves diversity, right? Same with maps, even more so in maps. Sometimes people just pop in there. So I can't base any type of thoughts on that. All right. They usually in this particular SERP, they're allocating one space that probably fluctuates very, very rapidly. So with that said, what I'm looking at inside of maps to become a winner is what is the off-page strategy, because this is basically we're looking at off-page analysis. I'm looking at, well, what's the backlinks and what are other sites saying about this website? So I could see that it was primarily citations, and it was probably primarily generic and branded citations, press release, fluff links. I saw also that they were very, 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 like a majority of all their traffic, more than half, was being pushed to the website based on the brand. People are searching for the brand for direct and clicking right on the maps, calling, going through the customer evolution. So that's that particular element. The next piece is organic winners. So I'm looking at how many high quality domains do they have? okay? I'm just going to go down the line, not in any particular order, but I'm looking to see how many high quality domains do they have? Like how many high quality backlinks? I'm also looking at, and I didn't write a few things. Another element is, are they currently building backlinks, right? So this particular user, yes, and this particular user was no, right? Amongst other things that I didn't write down, but let's go through the main ones. High quality referring domains, special features. So a special feature could be, are they doing any type of, like, are they building stacks? Are they pushing some type of web app kind of links? Are they doing cloud linking? Are they doing podcast linking? Are they doing any type of manipulation? In this case, out of these two, this guy was doing a scholarship scheme, right? So that's a special feature. Aside from that is visible PBNs. Now, when you get into harder niches, depending on where you're at, a lot of times you're not going to find visible PBNs, or are they buying visible PBN2 to me is, are they buying guest posts? So for this particular instance, this gentleman was, but this one was not, or maybe a missus, I'm not sure. Primary anchor text, the reason is what is the primary votes coming in saying about the website? In both cases, it was very heavy, generic, and branded. And aside from this, that was very, very evident also up here inside of GMB. So a majority of, to get in position is a mass level. And we're going to talk more about that as we go into. But it's looking to me, because it's the next thing, follow to no follow ratio. For both sites that I analyzed, it's very, very, very heavy on the no follow. Now, I didn't look at the no follow ratio for the GMB winners, but again, if their primary anchor is branded generic like click me's and naked URLs, it's probably because based on citation, press release, these types of things, directory listings. Okay, so again, in all four accounts, it was generic, branded, and naked URLs was the dominant force of what other sites were saying about it. All right. So some notes on this. The primary notes here for this. So the notes are always going to be the same. I always recommend download all active follow links and start building them out. Aside from this, for this note, it was, it's made up of citations and junk. So the traffic, why the traffic is important is because we need to know a baseline metric for what the top performer is doing. The reason being is because if you're manipulating, you want to fall under that. But if you're buying your way to being an authority, or you're buying your way to be, there's activity on the account, right? There's promotion going on. When there's promotion, or there's, this is a business that wants to level up, Google will give you a boost, whether it's manipulated, whether it's verified traffic. So when I'm looking, I want to see for verified traffic, I also need to know the threshold that, hey, if we're going to pay for traffic or pay for promotion traffic in order to boost our popularity, basically, we know that the metric is somewhere in the neighborhood of about 500 plus. Okay. For manipulation, you want to go the other way. I want to stay under that, because there's no reason why a guy on page 2 is doing the same numbers as a guy on page 1, right? Or a gal, whatever. The next piece is 301. So again, I'm looking at, were they working with an SEO? Were they doing any riskier type link building? Are they edgy? Are they aggressive? Is there somebody monitoring this? That's why another reason is, are they currently building links? Is there somebody watching? And are they crazy enough to just go willy-nilly on the account, right? So this is something that needs to be noted. So in this case, again, yes and no. And you can tell from the beginning, this guy was, we went straight for an exact match domain, even though that's not the name of the business, and then flat out, right? Last but not least, are they still building backlinks? And the answer is yes here, no here. So this one, there's a reason why he's sitting up at the top. And then last but not least is building links to the internal pages. So I wanted to see to the primary pages, do they have dedicated location landing pages, is one piece that I was looking at. And if so, if I'm looking at most profitable, like veneers, that's a profitable service. Emergency dental, that's a profitable service. To the profitable services, are they building internal links? And if so, to what level? Um, so this guy, he was doing like 12. I think I wrote it down in the notes section. He built 12 links to internal pages spread out. So he is being mindful of, hey, these are my most profitable services. And then also I wanted to note that for myself for, hey, if we don't have pages on this, let's get them up there. But I already know that we do. So that really wraps up. I mean, this is a brief overview for explanation. So, I guess we can go into the next piece here is this. So for GMB, what I'm looking to do is going to be probably somewhere in the neighborhood of this. I'm probably going to take like the 206 plus the 160, and I'm would give me this, and I'm going to divide that by 2, and it gives me about 183. So 183. So somewhere in that neighborhood, whether that's going to be bot or like bot as in like Facebook or social, like I want to get some branded traffic over to the property somewhere in this tune. I want it somewhere in this area here. So that's 183. That's actually, that would be the mean. So 183. 183 minus 25%. So I'd probably start with like 120. I would start probably doing 120 in the first month. So month 1, I'd be getting it over. Threshold is this. This is the mean. And we're looking at about $1.20 for branded for the GMB. We can start moving up by sending branded clicks and traffic in the neighborhood of about 120 for this keyword for branded. I wouldn't even worry about anything else other than having people looking for me. So with that being said, we already know that game plan. I think this will get us to move up very quickly. As far as off page, I'm thinking this. So the very first thing is due to the high volume of citations, generic, what I would do is, one, I propose download all live, do follow links from all competitors, manually build all we can, regardless of strength. 2. Citations to each location. 3. Pick most authoritative paid citation sources. Pick most authoritative paid citation sources. Get on list. Okay. It looks like that's pretty prominent. I noticed that with 2 separate accounts. Number 4 is, I don't think PBNs are necessarily focused. So, but 50, 60, 70, if we could get 60, I don't think it's a numbers game. I wouldn't be too concerned with that. I would be trying to, 60 links spread throughout that are high quality. So I'd be building those to internal pages. 5, scholarship page. 6, job or intern page. This way we can start offering either jobs or interns, or at least generate. There's a lot of links that can be accumulated by these. It seems to be okay in this niche. So since that is the case, that is definitely going to be an option. Number 7 is PR to HQ service pages. So HQ pages are the most profitable. So I would do 1 to each. This is going to help us increase those. Branded the naked. Just give us that fluff that we're looking for. And then also the citations to each location or location lander pages. Number 8 is, I think that what would be needed here, I think that it would be very, very helpful and mindful to, so 8 is just, I think just as a note, so as a note, go through to each comp on top 10 list, find most traffic words, launch content strat around that. I would just figure that out. So that's probably what I would do here. So this, again, these are notes for me for explanation as I'm speaking with them. So I have the facts right at my fingertips. They don't, I mean, I might showcase this, but this isn't something I'm going to deliver. This is for me. Just so I could keep my thoughts together. So to go through each comp of the top 10 list, find the most traffic words, and launch content strategy around that, which they have a blog and they have a content strategy. But also too, I would do 8. I think that, location based service landers, instead of just, because this particular dentist has 4 locations. They have more locations, but under my account, I only have 4. So something that I would do that they're not doing, that because I think that we'll be able to build more links faster, because if the main fluff is coming from citations, directories, and press releases, the easiest, fastest way to skyrocket traffic and get more leads and calls is obviously to have a bigger authoritative site, because we're dealing with websites that have been on the board for 10 years. So in order to beat them, all of these sites are relatively small. I did run a Screaming Frog plan, and nobody's doing this. So I think that having location service-based pages, instead of having like location 1, it goes to this service page, location 2 goes to this service, 3 goes to this service, and it's just a universal service page. I think that we should have branded location pages, landers. I think that we should have service-based geo-modified landers for each service. This way, each of those locations, each of those services, they get their own set of press releases. They get their own set of citations. They get their own sets of high-quality links. And then I have a reason to build. And we'll be able to really dominate relatively quickly, because we'll be able to scale out the site. We'll be able to build the content strategy based around where they're getting their traffic from. So that's content strategy on secondary keywords. I'll be able to build out the overall site based on services and location landers. So we should be able to bring in a lot of traffic, and we'll prune it later. And then I'll be able to start building citations, press releases, directories, start implementing the application. I think that'd be a good one too here, because I saw that they were doing that. And then 9, I want to look into the. I saw that. So, image link idea. So just mention that. I won't talk about that here, but I like that. But I saw that quite frequently. So this will be what we're going to talk about tomorrow morning. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I'll answer any questions. This was a brief overview, a rundown. This is really, this page is for me. It's not the prettiest thing. I wouldn't send this to a client, unless we had like a cool relationship and they knew. I mean, these guys are pretty cool, but they're, you know, they're not SEO guys really. You know, so they're not gonna know what a GMB winner is. All right, so here, let's answer these questions if you have any. I hope that maybe somebody, hopefully you have benefited from this. You know, what am I looking at? Why am I looking at it? You know, what's the game plan? Hopefully that helps you out. So how are you creating backlinks from your own, or are you purchasing it from anywhere? Can you share from where we purchase good links? So um, I am a part, I have access to a lot of relatively high quality links, right? My best friend, my partner Eric, has a massive network. He sells links all over the place. They're not, some of them aren't the best though, you know, but they're niche specific, and they are high quality, like as far as power is concerned. So I have access for that kind of stuff, which is also good for tiered linking. As far as citations, you know, this is a manual piece. I hired a girl, maybe going to hire more as I take in more clients, but citations are a manual build, because if you just go to your Fivers, you just go to your like legits, they use a regurgitated list that isn't necessarily the top list, of what I want done. Also, too, as we're looking in, because as you saw in my notes here, citations and the links that I'm building are greatly impacted on what the top competitors have. I want to mimic their backlink profiles, regardless if it's do follow, no follow, citation, directory, paid directory, doesn't matter. They have it, I have it. And then how I beat them is I beat them on the quality links going to the internal pages that are the most profitable. And then with my internal linking structures, I'm able to generate quite a bit of power. A lot of sites like that, one site was doing it well. I internally linked very heavily, um, very, very heavily. So I hope that answers your question. You know, citations are manual. Press release, I have a distributor. Links, you know, I have access to a network. I have really high quality, high powered, you know, depending on the client and their budget. I have links that are 50, $100. I also have access to links that are 10, $20. And then I have access to links that are $1. And then last night I showed a source of where I could get links for pennies. Pennies, you know? So yeah. So hopefully that helps you. Hey, Chris, what do you mean by download all active follow links and fill them out? Yep. So that's for the VA. So going through the backlink profiles, they have to be follow. All right. So follow links that are active. So what I mean by this, SVSN is this. So this is the number 3 competitor, or the number 2 competitor in organic. So with that being said, what I'm looking for is we go to backlinks, you go to active, okay, you go to follow, and then I'm going to export this list. And when I export this list, I'm going to export the entire list. I'm going to use a tool called, well, I don't, my VA, I trained her to do this. I'm going to have her trim to root, remove all duplicates, okay, and then anything that's left, I'm going to combine into a master list, because I'm going to do this to all 10 competitors on the first page. I'm going to go to here to active, go to follow, export. I'm going to do that to all 10 competitors. I'm going to create one master list of all the follow links that all my competitors have. I'm going to create a master list, remove all duplicates, trim down to the root, and I'm going to send my VA out to, actually 2 on this project. I'm going to send the VAs out to go through this list manually one by one, and any link that's a follow that's active currently for these top 10 competitors, if you can go to the site like Blog Lovin', right? If I can click on this and I can go to Blog Lovin' and create a Blog Lovin' page relevant to thinking about dental cleaning, keyword dental cleaning, I'm going to create that. And then, okay, your job's to move on to the next. And that's how we do it. This way, my backlink profile matches the top performers. Especially, I like when I see this where a majority is fluff. It's not like I'm sending in all exacts. I'm sending in I usually do branded or exact. I usually try to steer clear of the naked or the generic unless it's overpowering, like this particular SERP here. Like this SERP's calling for it. So you know, I'm gonna have them build them like that. But yeah, this is that. I hope that clarifies that. Okay, that's what I mean by download the active follow links, make a master list, clean out the dupes, start building them. As you're going through them too, you'll start to stumble, or they'll start to stumble into some opportunities, because she'll email me 2 days later and say, okay, we built, if I have a list of 10,000, we built 3,800 links. Okay, great. So now we have 3,800 links. They're all the exact same links that these guys have, unless they're like spam score 67, because she uses the Moz bar. Then she won't build it. But aside from that, she'll go out and build them all. And then she'll come back with a sheet and be like, okay, these 25 people, we could probably get, like I noticed on the website that they have sponsored posts. You can buy a placement. You can do this. And if it's anything less than $50, depending upon the quality, we'll usually buy it. All right. So hopefully that helps you out. Right. So it's been a pleasure. I have to go to sleep. I do have some appointments in the morning. It's Monday, so I have 3 appointments in the morning. Then I have to talk to this particular client about the locations. I have a I got to meet with the big boss tomorrow. Not literally, but online. And it's not even my appointment, but I have to be there, right? But the big boss for Blue Green, because I guess things are starting to crank back up. So tomorrow's a busy day, or today's a busy day. So I got to go to bed. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you liked anything, if I gave you any piece of info, just so other people can find it, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. If you didn't like it, this way is fine too. But I look forward to seeing you in the next one. If you have any questions, ask below. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me. I hope this was beneficial for you. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you all so much. Many blessings, and have a great night. How many do you expect to build an hour with your link builder? Well, it's a flat fee. When I hire her, she's full-time, right? So I can usually give her 4 campaigns in a 28-day period, right? So thousands. 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 So yeah. And two, I also think because of the number that we pay her, and what we pay on a monthly, I also think because of where she lives, I think that she has enough to be able to give that to other people. Because I often think that to myself, like, there's no way you did this, So I'm thinking, like general going rate is $5 to $6, and that's what I usually tell people. Like, hey, you can go get somebody to do data entry, this kind of stuff, for $5-6 an hour. We pay significantly more than that on a monthly basis. I didn't used to, but I learned my lesson the hard way. And then what I've noticed is then you're basically buying a manager, because now they have enough to go get people even cheaper because they live there. But the work gets done. So I hope that helps you out, Ben. It's been a blessing. Thank you all so much. I was going to give you guys a crazy little tip for account warm-ups, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Blessings. Goodbye.